Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Tassos Kilimos. Happy to join you guys for another edition of NBA Player Prop Parlay here on the Guy Boston Sports YouTube channel. Happy Friday, everybody. TGI Friday. We made it to the end of the week. The weekend is upon us. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys have some fun things planned for the weekend. I have a fun NBA Player Prop Parlay prepared for you guys for today, so let's dive right in. Real quick, though, guys, before we dive in, we do have to recap last night. It's a loss. It's unfortunate. You hate to see it. Again, like I said on yesterday's video, I put my money where my mouth is. So when these picks lose, I lose. I put my money on every single one of these parlays. So when I win with you guys. When I lose with you guys. I don't just give you guys picks and don't actually put my money where my mouth is. So we lost last night. It happens. You just got to move on to the next one. You know, people are going to comment. They're going to be in the comments. You know, people are going to dislike the video, whatever the case may be. Move on to the next day. It's a new video. We changed the vibes. Got my Lucky Larry Bird shirt on. Shout out Game Changers, not sponsored, but they got good t-shirts. But my Lucky Larry Bird shirt, we're switching up the vibes, thumbnail color, and everything we're changing. We're changing the vibes, turn this thing around. So, new day, new parlay. Got a 4-leg parlay for you guys today to kick off your weekend. So, without further ado, let's get at it. All right, guys, for the first 2 legs of this 4-leg parlay, we're going a same-game parlay with the Charlotte Hornets, New Orleans Pelicans games we are targeting. And for the first leg of this parlay, we're going Gordon Hayward over 3.5 assists for the Charlotte Hornets. As always, guys, you're going to see the data come up right here on the side of the screen here. Gordon Hayward, 16 out of 21 games this season for the Hornets. He has hit this over 3.5 assist line. That is a 76% hit rate this year. This is an alternate line. I am buying some value to bring that assist number down a little bit so that we can get a clear, concise hit. So 16 out of 21 games, not bad. Like I said, 76% hit rate this season. And if you want to look a little closer, you don't want the full season outlook of it, he's hit this in 9 of his last 11 games. So he's been hitting it consistently over his last 10, 11 games. And on the season, he's been hitting it at a very high rate. And when you look at the head-to-head stats, now this is the first time that the Hornets and Pelicans have played this season, so all the data we have is dating back to last season. But in their 2 meetings last year, he hit this over 3.5 assist mark. So we do have that head-to-head matchup data to show that in recent history playing this Pelicans team, he has hit this over 3.5 assist mark. He's actually blown through it. And when you look at the matchup stats, what the Pelicans are giving up against the small forward position, they are top 10 in the NBA in assists allowed per game to the small forward position. They currently rank 6th in the NBA, giving up 4.5 assists per game to the small forward position. So when the over is 3.5, this 4.5 assist mark, pretty reasonable. That's what they're giving up on an average every single game to starting small forwards. And sticking with this same game, just different team, pretty much the same bet, is Brandon Ingram over 3.5 assists against the Charlotte Hornets. And funny enough, Ingram's numbers pretty similar to Hayward. One more game, 17 out of 22 games. It's a 77% hit rate. So him and Hayward are both hitting this over 3.5 assist mark pretty much at the exact same rate. Now, Ingram did not hit this in his last game, but he had hit this in his previous 9 games before this. So 9 of his last 10 games, he has hit this over 3.5 assist mark. He fell just 1 assist shy in his last game. And when you look at the head-to-head, again, same story as Hayward, right? Last season was the last time they played in both matchups last year. Blew right through this over 3.5 assist mark. Again, you probably could go a little higher, go 4.5 assists. I'm going lower so that we can get a certified hit. But the data is there. Pretty much the same numbers that you saw for Hayward. It's pretty much exactly the same for Ingram. And the Hornets, in terms of their assists allowed per game to the small forward position, they are also higher up. They are 11th in the NBA, a little lower than the Pelicans are, but they are 11th in the NBA in assists allowed to the small forward position. They are averaging more than 4 assists per game they're giving up to the small forward position. So a lot of data to back up these two covering this over 3.5 assist mark. If you wanted to bet this parlay, just those 2 same game, it is minus 170. Not a ton of value there. So we are going to throw 2 more picks in here to up the value and make this a more profitable parlay. To the 3rd leg of our 4-leg parlay, we are going to the Raptors-Hawks game. Give me Dennis Schroeder over 5.5 assists. Yes, another assist prop, the 3rd one of this parlay, over 5.5 assists. Now, Schroeder's numbers in terms of the season total, not as impressive as Hayward or Ingram. He has hit this, though, in 15 out of 24 games this season, which is a 63% hit rate. So he's still hitting it in the majority of his games. It's still a positive hit rate. Not as high as the 77 and 76% that we had with Hayward and Ingram, but we do have a 63% hit rate, which is still very solid. And when you look at the head-to-head, these teams just played the other night, and Dennis Schroeder hit this with 7 assists the last time that he played Atlanta. So he has hit it. We've seen him do it the other night, so it's not unbelievable to say he could do it again. And it makes sense why he hit it and why I think he can hit it again. The Atlanta Hawks are giving up the second most assists per game to the point guard position. Only the Washington Wizards are allowing point guards to dish out more assists than the Atlanta Hawks. So he already did it once. The data is there to support it. He's hitting at a 63% hit rate this season. And the Hawks give up the second most assists per game to the point guard position. I think Dennis Schroeder hitting over 5.5 assists, very, very possible. There's a reason why the odds are where they're at. He's hit this consistently all year. Again, not as high of the percentage hits like we did with Hayward and Ingram, but still solid. And when you look at that matchup data, this is a really positive matchup. And he already did this the other night. So not inconceivable to think he will do it again tonight. And for the fourth and final leg of our parlay, guys, we are targeting the Pacers-Wizards game. Give me Bruce Brown over 9.5 points, our first non-assist prop of today's parlay. And before I give you the number, guys, real quick, shout out to Outlier. They've been providing all of the data, all of the research for these picks. Link in the description below. You get a 7-day free trial when you use our special link. Check it out. I promise you, you won't regret it at all. I've been using Outlier for a while now. They give you all the research, all the stuff that I show you on the side of the screen here. They compile all that for you. And I'm just giving you a tiny taste of what they can do. There's so much more matchup information, stat information. There's so much more to Outlier that I'm only showing you a fraction of it. There's so much more, guys. Link in the description below, 7-day free trial. Thank you to Outlier for sponsoring the show and helping provide the information that I use to bet my props. And when you look at this number here, Bruce Brown over 9.5 points. He's hit this in 15 out of 23 games this season. That is a 65% hit rate. Again, majority of the time, he's hitting this number this season. And also, it's a pretty solid matchup for him as well. Now, the Wizards and Pacers have only played once this season, back in October in the beginning of the season. However, when they did play, though, Bruce Brown, 24 points the last time that they played against the Wizards. So he blew through this number. His role, his minutes have kind of, it's been topsy-turvy. I don't know if he'll hit 24 points again, which is why I'm going the 9.5. I'm going with what I know he consistently hits. If you want to be ballsy, again, these are my recommendation. I'm not telling you have to take these picks. This is what I'm leaning. This is what I'm writing. This is what I'm recommending for you. If you want to go higher or you want to fade it, you want to bet under, go ahead. But I'm telling you over 9.5, there's the data to support it. He hits pretty consistently, and he did crush this number the last time they played Washington. And when you look at the matchup stats, the Washington Wizards are top 10 in the NBA in points allowed per game to the small forward position. So, favorable matchup for Bruce Brown. He's already done it before. He's hit it in 65% of his games this season. That is the fourth and final leg of this parlay, guys. And honestly, this is probably my favorite of the four, right? I think him to score 10 points against Washington is not all that difficult. And when you put that all together, guys, no profit boost or anything like that, you get a parlay of plus 181 odds. Not too bad. A nice way to kick off the weekend if we get the win here. Guys, that is it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Tune into tomorrow's video because I do have a challenge that I'm starting on Monday. It is the Kilimo's Christmas Challenge. Starting on Monday. I'll give you some more details about that tomorrow. But guys, until tomorrow's video, I hope you're all winners. Thank you very much for supporting the videos. Make sure, of course, to subscribe. We're trying to get to 45,000 by the new year. We just hit the 43,000 mark, so make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Whether you're hating, fading, riding with me, loving it, I don't care. Just make sure to comment. Thank you very much, guys, for the support. Apologies again. I know we're on a little bit of a cold streak right now. We're going to get through it, though. We're going to turn around. Listen, you can fade me now, but wait until we get hot because it's coming. It is coming. We will see you tomorrow with a new video. Until then, guys, hope you're all winners. Enjoy your Friday.